All right, happy Tuesday, everybody. We got a big show for you tonight coming to you from the Arctic Air Studios. That's right, favorite former athletes turned actors. We got Tech baseball to talk about. No, NIL is not going to kill college baseball, no matter how many college baseball coaches say it's killing college baseball. All of that and your thoughts tonight. So let's make it happen this evening. We'll let you guys get in the early arrivals. You know what to do. If the video is good, the audio is good. You give us thumbs up. You hit us on the United Supermarkets and Market Street text line, chat line, and communication line. Thumbs up, whatever you want to do, or just say, hey, it's good. You say, hey, I'm on Twitter, it's good. I'm on Facebook, it's good. I'm on YouTube Live, it's good. And then you get ready to have a conversation. That's right. We actually have a conversation around here. Now you guys have to type in stuff and everything. I get it. It's kind of cumbersome. But that's the way the media works these days, and we're glad to be doing it right here in the Arctic Air Studios. 102 degrees today in Lubbock. 102. If your air was not Arctic, call the bear, callthebear.com. Hey, even if it was okay, but you know that unit out there is a little bit old, call my man up, call Shane and say, can you give it a look? He's not going to try to sell you anything you don't need because he doesn't have to. They're good. See, good companies don't have to do that. Bad companies show up and say, oh, yeah, that ain't going to work. Good ones don't. Arctic Air, good one. We're also brought by McAlpin Chiropractic, the official chiropractor of Raiderland. Kevin McAlpin, great Red Raider, huge with Texas Tech track. I think he's up there in Eugene with the track program right now. But if he's not, it's only because he's getting some work done on his own self. So we got that. And then the Reserve Culinary Tavern, 103rd, Quaker. Yeah, you know it. You love it. Chef Willie, great concoctions in today. And we've got it on our Facebook page. I know they released their summer cocktails. Yeah, summer cocktails there at the Reserve. All the Western wear we wear from Boot City, 196 mile outside the West Loop on 19th Street. And then, of course, we already mentioned it. Like Craig on Facebook, Trace, YouTube, it's good. James, everybody chiming in. United Supermarkets, they support Texas Tech. There's another grocery store in town that takes your money and sends it down to Austin and supports somebody else. I don't know who that would be. Shall we begin? Product placement, off we go. In 3, in 2. Good evening, West Texans, all you good, fine, friendly folks out there who wish you were. I'm Ryan Hyatt, theraiderland.com, the website. You started it today, answering our question of the day and checking out the Raiderland hot links, all the cool stuff from around the internet that you might have missed. Hope you guys liked it. If you do, hit us up in the chat section tonight on the show and say, hey, we appreciate the hot links. And you guys, if you find cool stuff, you can put it on there at theraiderland.com. Tuesday topic is Tuesday's best. We ask you a question, you give us 2 examples. Today, your 2 favorite former athletes turned actors. And we'll allow you guys to play fast and loose with the former athlete, like me, former athlete, wholly in question marks, or quotation marks on that, or question marks, depending on any of the coaches I ever played for. So yeah, your former athletes turned actors. And it was really weird because today, for some reason, and I was already looking at doing this, and then I hit Kevin Gallagher in Pro Football Old Times, and they had Fred Dwyer, Hunter, video of him making 2 safeties in one game, the only NFL defensive player to do it. And they, became a great actor on Hunter and everything. I'm like, I was already doing this. This is working out pretty good. This is Kismet or whatever they call that. So your 2 favorite former athletes that turned into actors. We'll talk about tonight so many coaches, and this was the topic of the commentary today. Usually around 10 or 11 in the morning, we'll roll out 60 seconds of Raiderland. A few thoughts on what we might do tonight on the show or otherwise. And it was about the idea of these college coaches, again, saying NIL, transfer portal, killing our sport, killing baseball. Coastal Carolina coach who's retiring, I like him. Just, can't do it, Dude, you've had great success the last few years at Coastal Carolina. It ain't killing your sport. Evansville is in a super regional. Kansas State is in a super regional. It ain't killing your sport. Baseball, college baseball, has been the Wild West for 40 years because of the 11.1 equivalency rule scholarship spread out over 20 something odd players. The transfers have been up and down, D1 to D1, JUCO, NAI, you name it. You look at a college baseball team in October during fall ball, come back in late January and February and go, what the hell happened to all the guys? This has been going on for years. So we're not going to let them get away with the idea that NIL is going to destroy college baseball. This is the latest trope, topic, or otherwise. Thank you, Don Williams, for sharing our commentary earlier today. It's just not true. It wasn't true last year. It wasn't true the year before. We've had NIL now for a couple of years. ORU, Oral Roberts was in the College World Series. It ain't killing baseball. In fact, baseball may benefit more from NIL and some of the rule changes if they actually fund 25 scholarships and allow NIL. You will have many more high caliber players deciding to play college baseball than ever before. Because right now, a lot of really good baseball players look at college and say, I can't do that. My family doesn't have the money. I got to take the $5,000 signing bonus, the $10,000 signing bonus. I'm going to go play minor league baseball, bump around the minors for a couple of years, and that's it. But you give those guys real scholarships and NIL, watch college baseball grow across the board. The idiocy against NIL, and I get it. It's threatening. It's new. It's different. And people think it's only going to benefit the rich. Wrong. Unless you really think your school is poor. And then every school I've been to tells me their school's not poor. They have great graduates. Their graduates make tremendous amounts of money. Well, you get the idea. We've talked about it before. So no, college baseball is not getting killed by NIL. It will thrive with NIL. It will thrive with fully funded scholarships. And you will get even more players, and we've seen it over the last 15 years, that were turning down Major League Baseball, top 5, top 10 picks that used to automatically go. They were going to college baseball. They were playing. They were growing the game. They're making you watch it on ESPN. They're making you watch the College World Series in the NCAA tournament. And if ESPN and, or, you know, what we used to call Fox and other entities would put regular season college baseball games on, watch out. Huge ratings. You know, I don't know if you've noticed, but a lot of schools are building big baseball stadiums. They ain't doing it because they think college baseball is dying. So, your thoughts on that question tonight? Your two favorite former athletes turned actors. Who are those? Tech baseball, transfer portal open. Washburn, I don't think we talked about him last night. Go ahead, everybody. If I were Jim Tadlock, this is why I'm not allowed to be a college coach. Yeah, I'd be a jackass coach. I would actually announce today that my entire roster is in the portal. You want them, give them a better deal. We'll go out and find somebody that looks just like you. I played on an 8th grade football team that won one game. That spring, my freshman coach, and I don't know how the conversation came up, and I love him dearly. He passed away years ago. Loved him dearly. Pride of Olton, Texas, Archie T. Souter. Played at West Texas State. Played in, what was it, the Peach Bowl? I can't remember what year it was, 54 or 55. Badass man. And he looked at me in the locker room, chewing on a cigar, not lit because that would have been wrong. Lit cigars would have been wrong. So you know what? We won one game with you. I figure we can win that many without you. So do what you want to do next fall. Yes, sir. There you go. That's the way I would be with this entire Tech baseball roster. If you want to be back, great. If you don't want to be back, fine. Open up the floodgates. Tim Tadlock, you're going to have to embrace NIL. Spend the money. You got the money. Not been afraid of the portal. Not at all. There are those who would tell you that they've been reluctant, maybe a little bit, on the NIL front to get into bidding wars. That if you don't want to be, okay, fine. I'll throw that out there and say that may be true. That may not be true. Doesn't matter anymore, Tim. Doesn't matter anymore. This is the rule of the game. This is the way it's played now. Either you get in or you don't get in. But you got plenty of money. So what are you going to do? James says John Wayne and Keith Jackson describing the on radio as acting. Yeah, sort of a little bit. Marion Morris and John Wayne. He was a good athlete there at USC. Joe, damn Viking. Baseball is one of the few college sports where, regardless of money, facilities, it's an even playing field to an extent. Yeah, I mean, we look at baseball in the major league realm and say the teams that spend the most every year don't always win, but that's who you are smart to bet on. I see what you're saying. Craig, not building in Lubbock, that's for sure. What are we not building? Be more specific on that. Not building in Lubbock. What are we not building in Lubbock? So there you go. That's the whole thing today. Tech baseball, you want to talk about it, the strategy going forward, how you handle it. Two favorite athletes, former athletes turned actors. And then do you really think NIL is killing college baseball? Not building baseball stadiums. Well, they just dumped a ton of money on the redo of the clubhouse, which was about a 24-year-old deal, and I understand that. I don't think they're opposed to building a new stadium, a new Danlaw Field, Rip Griffin, whatever. I always feel bad. Call it the law. Let's have it. Nothing against Rip Griffin and everything he did, but yeah, I just do that. So Rip understands. I don't think they're opposed to it. You know, how you do it, what you do. I really think it's the last major thing at Texas Tech that needs to be addressed. They band-aided Danlaw Field for 20 years now. Either do something different or not. I think they can. I think it'll cost a lot of money. I think it'd be worth it. You know, I wanted 8,000 seats, permanent, expand if you need to. That's just me. Let's see. Spent it and get quality pitching, and that they want to be at Tech, not just for the money. Everybody's going to want to be wherever they are for the money going forward. So just get used to that, CJ. You've had some pretty quality pitching. It hadn't worked out. You had a lot of injuries. Trace says athlete turned actor Brian Bosworth and Carl Weathers. You're 1 for 2. That was the Boz in, Trace. Now I know you had the Boz hairstyle in '86, and it looked good on you. It looked bad on me. Now Carl Weathers, on the other hand, what do I have written down right here on the yellow sheet of show topic? Carl Weathers, absolutely, 100%. Great football player, Oakland Raiders, legit NFL player. And if there's no Carl Weathers turning into an actor, there's no Apollo Creed. There is no The Master of Disaster. There's no Apollo Creed. There's no Rocky without Apollo Creed. Who is this guy? Yeah, this guy. This who I got. Carl Weathers. 100% on my list of one of my favorite guys because he was a legit, not just a quasi kind of athlete. He played in the NFL. All right. Check out Stone Cold sometime. I think I've seen it. I truly do. The best acting Boz did was trying to be a, middle linebacker in the NFL for 2 years. Getting trucked by Bo Jackson. 55. Come on, Boz. The Bosworth 30 for 30 is exceptional. 100% great. Yeah, so I got Carl Weathers on my list. Thank you, Trace Nels 1. That's pretty good. Favorite former athletes turned actors. Who you got tonight? Your top 2. Tuesday's best. That's what we do. NIL, college baseball, is it going to ruin the game? No. Tech baseball thoughts, questions, comments, anything you want to do on that. I've been pretty honest. I think I've been pretty open. I don't care who leaves, from Gavin Cash to Unit, anybody. If you go ahead, go ahead. If you don't want to play here, go ahead. It's fine. You didn't make the NCAA tournament. No one's going to cry. Joe, if you want more money spent on Tech baseball, tell the football team to get on to the playoffs. It's the trickle-down effect. I agree with that. That's where all the money comes from. I think the money issue right now, it's just whether they want to do it or not. There's plenty of money, Joe. Tech's got money. It ain't a function of Tech baseball, or pardon me, Tech football being in the playoffs or otherwise, although that will help, absolutely. There's plenty of money. The Tech's got more money than they know what to do with, you know? Yeah, you had to pick linebackers. Of course you did. Trace, I'm going to try to remember your number there at Coronado. And I want to say 66, but I know that's not right. I think your brother was 56. Was it 56? What was your number? I'm trying to, the bad mesh jersey, I got it in my mind, stared across it a couple of times, crossed the line at it. What the hell was your number? By the way, Trace Gillespie, who you guys are seeing on the comment section, hell of a player. 55. Thank you. I knew it was a double. I knew it was something. Was your brother 56 or 57? I don't know. Rod Dorsett was like 58, maybe. You guys all had the good one. He wore 67. Okay, there you go. Dancing all around it. Yeah. He was a bad man, boys and girls. Bad man, District 35A. Didn't want to mess with him. He had to shave twice a day just because you never knew who he was going to meet after dark. Him, I'm telling stories right now. That's okay because we're old and everything else. So like we're sophomores, you know, and Trace is sitting there because he's a badass. He's a stud, and he's shaving like twice a day. And then we had a guy named Shane Mark, great guy, great player. Shane was the hairiest son of a bitch I ever knew. He like would have to wake up every day and decide, yeah, where do I start my chest hairline? You know what I'm talking about, Trace. He'd be in the locker room going, we'll start here today. All right. Anyways, enough of that. Let's go more favorite former athletes turned actors, favorite ones. You know, would Jim Brown be on my list? The Dirty Dozen. He is the greatest, perhaps, running back of all time, depending on where we want to start with. Geld Sayers and a couple of others, but yeah, he's on my list. A limited acting career. Dirty Dozen is as good as it gets. Here's how we knew The Dirty Dozen was a fake bad movie, right? Hey, Lance, good to see you out there, man. But Twos should have got Best Supporting Actor for North Dallas 40. Yes, he should. Here's how we knew The Dirty Dozen was a Hollywood movie. There ain't no way, no freaking way, them Nazis, even with a machine gun, are going to take down Jim Brown running serpentine, throwing hand grenades down the air vents into the little castle where all the Nazis were holed up and that they blew it up and everything. There ain't no way in real life Jim Brown gets cut down by a machine gun. That's just not going to happen. So that was pure Hollywood hokum. I have to bring him down just a little bit of that. He should have played the John Wayne card of I don't get killed in movies, even though John Wayne got killed his character 7 or 8 times. I've lost track. There are a lot of people that say 5. It's at least 7 and maybe 8, depending on what it was. Everybody forgets the Wake of the Red Witch. So, yeah, Jim Brown on the list. I'll give you. Don't laugh, okay? Yeah, soft love chunk. Bob Uecker. Just a bit outside. God, I don't know how. Okay, so not just for Major League and Harry Doyle and all that a lot of people remember. No, he was a legit TV star, 85 to 90 on Mr. Belvedere. Greatness before your time, Collier, before Lauren Motter's time. Ask your friend Brian Mudd tonight about this. Bob Uecker on Mr. Belvedere, he was a legit actor. If you didn't know, thank you, Mr. Belvedere, you didn't know that he was a former Major League Baseball player and whatever else. It was a great show. Dysfunctional kid actors on it that turned out really bad in real life, but it was a freaking funny show. Stacey, I'd forgotten about the show. It was a great show. It was hilarious. It ran for 5 years. I had to double check today. It ran for 5 years, I think, for like 85 to 90, which was kind of late high school, early college, whatever for me. It was good. Theme song was gold for that show. I don't remember the theme song. And why would David Collier remember the theme song? Not a lot of friends growing up. The entire state penitentiary team in the movie Necessary Roughness. The original, did they do a remake of that, or was I thinking? No, I'm thinking of the remake of not Semi Tough, but the Burt Reynolds movie that Slappy did. Yeah. Oh, what the hell? Dandy Don, number 17 your program, number 1 on your TV. Yeah. But he wasn't an actor. He wasn't playing any. I mean, he did Lipton TV commercials, so no, we can't give him that. Yeah, Bob Uecker. He had range. He had everything. Longest Yard. Thanks. I wasn't getting there. If you ever get to see it, the opening montage of the original Longest Yard, where Burt Reynolds, goes out and gets arrested and everything, gets the hell beat out of him, so much better than the campy rendition with Dan Patrick as a cop on the remake. Not good. We all know that movie was about Kathy Ireland. Damn right we do. You will not be touched. Hope so. Kathy Ireland. Just a moment. A little moment here. I'll give you another one. We're talking about your 2 favorite former athletes turned TV actors / movie actors / any actor, whatever you want. Tech baseball on your mind. If you're freaked out about the portal and people in it, come to me. Let me help you. Or thoughts in general about the program and what happens from now, because we've only got, several months until the program starts playing baseball again. And then college baseball and the NIL, and why the NIL is going to help college baseball. It's going to save college baseball because of NIL, because of the settlement that they just recently, well, they're not done yet. The judge hadn't finalized it. But you're going to have baseball giving out 23 real scholarships and have an NIL. That means guys that would have gone pro will go play college baseball. I don't know. I'm stupid. I think that's good for college baseball. I'm also stupid. I look around and I look at the teams that have gone to the College World Series, the years I've covered it, years in between. Last year, Oral Roberts. This year, Evansville in a super regional. You don't get that in football. You don't get it anywhere else. But I've got coaches whining, complaining, and other people saying it's killing college baseball. No, it's not. It's not. Craig T. Nelson, an athlete, not that I'm aware of. Not that I'm aware of. Lance, Mike Henry, Longest Yard, Junior and Smokey and the Bandit. Yeah. Police, sorry. Dang. Oh, Police Story. Euclid. I love autocorrects and stuff on there. Euclid, always good on the Johnny Carson show. Yeah. Let's talk about Merlin Olsen, shall we? Merlin Olsen, part of the fearsome foursome with the Los Angeles Rams. I was such a huge fan as a little boy growing up. Early 70s, we had a litter. Our dog, which is what dogs do, had a litter of puppies, and I wanted to name every puppy after somebody on the fearsome foursome. So you had Rosie Greer and all that. My favorite puppy was Rosie. Rosie Greer, little Rosie puppy dog. And then they took that dog and they wrestled that dog away from me one day, and they gave it to another family, and they ripped the dog that I loved so much out of my hands, and it crushed me. Really did. Merlin Olsen, Little House on the Prairie, The Gentle Giant, The Man Out of Utah State. Got to be somewhere on the list. There's a movie, a John Wayne movie with Roman Gabriel, another good athlete turned actor, called The Undefeated. Oh gosh, I just blanked out on who plays the Confederate officer in that. Dadgummit. Somebody will figure it out here real quick. Anyhow, Merlin Olsen is in the movie, and he's the reluctant guy who, anytime somebody wants his unit to fight, he's got to get up and fight and everything, and he gets up. Merlin Olsen. Fantastic. He was a really good actor. Don't Eat the Cheese. A year and a half ago, I was sure our basketball team was going to be cellar dwellers for the next decade. I'm not sure what cheese you don't want me to eat, but I like cheese. I want queso, Swiss, Gruyere. I'm a big cheese guy. Really, best FTD pitchman ever. 100%. 100%. I mean, if that man is telling you to order flowers for your mom, you order the flowers. Al Bundy, 4 touchdowns, 1 game poke high. What was he, number 22? That'd be a cool, I'm sure you can probably find it somewhere on the internet, like a jersey or a shirt or something, Polk high. I want to say 22. He was a bad man. Hank Hill, the same way. I mean, I would give Hank Hill same credit. Boomhauer as well. Dang old man, like football man, like big old don't knock me down, man. I get dang old touch, man. Got 2 below. Dang old 2 below. Was it Bundy? 22? All right, a couple more minutes left. Your 2 favorite former athletes turned actors. College baseball, Texas Tech. What do you think happens next? What do you want? Lyle Alzado, pretty good, although here's why I'd knock him down a little bit. Lyle Alzado just kind of played Lyle Alzado. A little bit like the Twos, a little bit like Matuzak. Just kind of played himself. And, that happens. That's all right. It's cool. I mean, there are a lot we haven't gotten into. Fred Dwyer, by the way. Ed Marinero, which is probably way before most of the people watching this show tonight. Him as a college football player. Was it Holy Cross or Rutgers? I can't remember. I think it's Holy Cross. And then he gets on Hill Street Blues. A lot of different ones over the years. Actor turned athlete, Clay O'Brien Cooper. You're going to have to give me a little bit more on that. Great question. Yes. Not a team sport, obviously. Yeah, Hill Street Blues. On Chuck Norris. Yeah, obviously 100% athlete. Was he simultaneously, though, athlete-actor? That there was no blurring of the lines, that he was always an athlete, always an actor. Actor, athlete. I don't know. OJ was a crappy actor. He really wasn't that good. Just not that good. I feel like I'm leaving out somebody. Can't think of it right now. I had somebody that I was driving home today. I was like, be sure you get that guy in, and then didn't write it down or anything else. Leach in the Friday Night Lights. The best gas station scene by D1 football coach in the last 20 years or whenever that was. Like today, people would be freaking out. Oh man, he like spent time away from the team and filmed that. Yeah, whatever. It's cool. Never watched Friday Night Lights, by the way. Never watched the series. Read the book. I lived Friday Night Lights growing up. Didn't have to watch it. Read it. Yeah, Carl Weathers. We talked about that early on. 100%. Absolutely Apollo Creed. And he was, I don't know what you would consider like, Fred Dwyer probably about as good a high-level player. Maybe, well, unless you want to get into the OJ thing. Really, really high level athletes who actually did stuff. Alex Karras, got that. Dick Butkus, come on now. Webster, we got several we hadn't gotten into. Again, we're going back into the early 80s, and I know for a lot of you that's before your time checking out TV and everything else. So that's cool. That's okay. What do you do from here? Well, it's real simple. Share this, put it out there on the internet, put it on Facebook, put it on Twitter, invite people to watch. Check us out in the morning. Overrated, underrated, rated right Wednesday. TheRaiderland.com. That'd be cool. It'd be cool. Yeah, Craig got to play against Mojo. I never played against Mojo. We played against Midland Lee. And when I say, I don't know if Trace is still watching, we played against Midland Lee. We scheduled Midland Lee and tried to survive. So, yeah. Alex Harris was the guy I was thinking about in Blazing Saddles. Yeah, there were a lot of those guys. So share this, put it out there, grow Raiderland. Thank you to all of our great sponsors like Compline Chiropractic, Chuck Connors, great baseball player, The Reserve, a culinary tavern, Boots City, One Money, Saving Mile outside the West Loop on 19th, and of course United Supermarkets, Market Street. Every communication we get comes from them, and everything they do in the community supports Lubbock and West Texas, as opposed to some other grocery stores that send their money down to Austin. I'm just pointing out the truth. They don't want me to. They don't want me to say it. I ain't afraid to say it. All right. Well, this is where I got to hit that awkward button that says end stream. If you're my age, you know that's a really dangerous thing to try to do sometimes. We'll see you tomorrow morning, TheRaiderland.com.